Thanks for joining us from the Ohio AgNet, Voice You Know with the News You Trust studio. Sponsored by BASF, where you can count on the trusted performance of Elvivo seed treatment to protect your soybean crop. I am Allison Kinney. Now let's take a look in what's making agricultural news. President Donald Trump injected fresh tensions into the relationship between China and the United States by stating that he might stop trade in cooking oil in the Southwest Asian nation. Bloomberg said the U.S. president described the potential move as retaliation against China for its refusal to buy American soybeans, calling it an economically hostile act that's purposely causing U.S. soybean farmers great difficulty. Trump said the U.S. is considering terminating Chinese cooking oil imports because America can easily produce cooking oil itself. We don't need to purchase it from China, Trump posted on social media. The comments came after the president and the U.S. Trade Representative Jamieson Geer expressed confidence that friction would ease. Reuters said that the U.S. was the top market for Chinese cooking oil, importing a record of 1.27 million metric tons in 2024, worth approximately $1.1 billion. U.S. imports plunged this year, totaling 290,700 tons from January through August. Also making headlines, there's no question that ethanol is a popular fuel choice in the United States. But what about the rest of the world? Doug Bervin is the Vice President of Corporate Affairs with POET.
Yeah, around the world, it's interesting because gasoline and diesel are still popular choices, okay? But biofuels are coming on strong in many, many countries. In fact, last year we set a record in exports around the world from the United States of bioethanol. This year, we're on pace to break that record again. So you've got countries like Brazil, their minimum blend rate of ethanol is E30 now. 30% ethanol is the lowest blend rate you can get at a gas pump. It's either 30% bioethanol or 100% bioethanol. Believe it, that's their choices. There is no E10 or E15. It's 30 or 100%. That's where our country needs to go and many other countries need to go.
What about other countries?
Now, in India, they have just gone to an E20 blend rate nationwide. And interesting there, they have banned the use of sugarcane in the country to make ethanol, which is also a popular feedstock. If you make bioethanol out of sugarcane, you hinder the sugar market. So they're banning sugarcane from being used and just using maize or corn in India. Canada is moving to E15 quickly. Japan is talking about E10 now. The EU and the UK and Southern Asia all are moving to higher blend rates of ethanol.
Other countries are discovering the advantages of ethanol.
Number one, it's less expensive. Number two, it's clean. Number three, it reduces the cost to the consumer. Number four, it's perfectly fine for all cars. The good news is we're seeing great implementation of higher blends of bioethanol around the world.
Again, that's Doug Bervin of POET. Let's check in now with our weekly update from the Ohio Soybean Council in your checkoff dollars at work.
Joining me is Steve Reinhardt. Steve, past chair of the United Soybean Board. Steve, a lot of work being done by USB with farmers' checkoff dollars to try and drive domestic demand for soybeans. A lot of times we think about livestock, the number one consumer of soy and soy products. But there's a lot of non-feed type uses also that soy has been found to be very useful in new development. Let's talk a little bit about some of those.
Sure. So our goal at the United Soybean Board is to return that value back to the farmer for their investment in the checkoff. And for every dollar that we invest in some of this research, we're able to gain back $12.30. And that comes back then to help increase the labor force throughout the country, as well as the GDP through a lot of those different products and stuff that we can work on and then become part of our everyday life. And one of the biggest wins we've had here lately as we talk about additional soybean crush for the biofuel industry is what do we do with the meal? And one of the things that we've discovered through our research working with Green Plains Solutions is we can take soybean meal and create a firefighting foam. And this firefighting foam is 100% biodegradable, so it has none of the PFAS or the forever chemicals in traditional firefighting foam, which has been so detrimental to firemen's health and then environmental cleanup. And so I call it a win-win. We get to help our first responders. It's better for the environment, and then we get to sell soybeans in the process. So that's one example.
My guest again today, Steve Reinhart, past chair of the United Soybean Board. Today's update brought to you by the Ohio Soybean Council and your soybean checkoff.
Thanks, Dusty. Now a look into your closing markets. Brought to you by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance. Learn more online at seedconsultants.com. December corn closing in today up 5 even at 421 3/4. March corn up 3 1/4 at 425 1/2. May corn up 2 3/4 at 443 3/4. November soybeans up 4 1/4 at 1010 3/4. January soybeans up 4 1/4 as well at 1028 1/2. December wheat up 3 3/4 at 502 1/2. July wheat up 1 1/2 at 540 1/2. October live cattle are up 177 at 243.95, and December lean hogs are down $1 at 82.60. Thanks for joining us. You're listening to the Ohio AgNet.